Whoa, I'm live. Isn't that cool? Wow. Haven't been live for a while, and look, I even done my hair. I even brushed up in my hair for it. For those who know me, my name is Paul Drennan. I'm a 37-year-old bachelor from Australia, and I have done stand-up comedy. You can laugh at that if you like, because some people find it absolutely funny. A guy that looks like this can be funny, but whatever. Now I'm going to do when I do stand up comedy, which is now and then. I usually just do it. I usually talk in an American voice, and I talk very fast and stuff because I really don't like my Australian voice. It sounds too Aussie. The Aussie voice is so boring. I'm very fascinated by other people's voices. It's like the Aussie voice is kind of like, yeah, mate, yeah, g'day, mate. That's all right, mate. A bit about myself, if for those that I know, I'm not actually trying to be funny at the moment, but you might be like, look at this guy laughing. First of all, I brush my hair for this, like I'm some big celebrity like Bruce Willis or something. My hair's getting really long. I could probably pass off for a chick, but for the fact I have facial hair and I've got a manly voice, and I've got all the male appendages, so I'm a man. But I could pass. My hair's getting really long, and I don't have enough money to cut my own hair, so I'll have to get it cut sometime. But I'm getting it. I'm trying to grow it long. It looks a bit like Tom Hanks in the Da Vinci Code. Yeah, that's not that good. But anyway, so a bit about myself. So I'm going to be talking in an American voice because basically I'm at my own house. I can do whatever the hell I want. And one thing that keeps me sane is being quirky, I think. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a live stream of stand-up comedy. Some of it is parts of what I've heard from other people's. People may complain and go, yeah, well, you should do comedy that's your own original ones. Yeah, some of it's original, some of it's stuff that I've heard or added on or something. So if you've watched Seinfeld, some of these jokes have probably been said before, but whatever. So I'm going to go and I'm going to tell a few jokes. I'm very observational, so you know. So let's just see how this goes. So I'm going to transform into an American person because it sounds better, sounds cooler, and it's kind of a little bit weird. I haven't done. I've said this before that the reason I haven't been at the stand-up comedy clubs, and I'm not Dane Cook or John Lovitz or anyone famous in the comedy world, apart from around Brisbane, is because basically people do the same jokes over and over again, and it kind of pisses me off. But that's how it goes. You can only hear the one joke about someone saying the best way to to save on money for Christmas is to get rid of your family. I didn't think it was that funny, but someone did. So hopefully I'll make people laugh, and if I don't, then that's it. But anyway, hopefully I will. Okay, I'm going into stand-up mode right now. Do a little transformation. Actually, I'm just going to be me, but I'm just going to be doing a little changing my voice. Okay, now I'm an American. Okay, I'm going to talk American and all that. Okay, let's go. So yeah, I'm going to talk American because it sounds cool, and you can probably hear a bit of Australian in me. But that's okay. It's kind of different doing it in front of a live webcam than it is, doing it in front of a group of people, like at a comedy club or whatever. But I don't care because this is what I'm doing, and this is fun. Let me tell you, when you go on the planes, anyone noticed? I'm talking repetitively as if people are in the audience, but if you notice when you go on planes, all right. I was on a plane. I went to America a couple of years ago. And I was on the plane, and this person comes up, and the flight attendant or the what do they call the pilot or whatever. He comes up to me, well, not to me, to everyone. He goes, "Oh, hi, my name is Tom. I'm going to be your flight attendant tonight. Um, you know, blah blah blah. We'll get to our destination in 12 or 13 hours, and I didn't say it, but I'm thinking like, okay, what was the point of that? Like, I'm not interested in when I go on a plane. I'm not interested in knowing the person's personal details. A person's on a plane. You go on a plane, and maybe you have a good time, maybe you don't. But the main thing is when you go on a plane that you're there for the trip. You're thinking about your trip overseas. I'm not there going, oh, right, right, okay. The pilot's name's Tom. Okay, well, I feel a lot more safe now because Tom is the pilot. If his name was Jeremy or Walter, I would have really just crapped my pants, but his name's Tom, sorry. And I feel good now. I feel good. That information about the pilot is not going to save us if we crash into a mountain, right? If I'm crashing into a mountain, touch wood, it hasn't happened. I'm like, well, okay, the one memory I have is that my pilot's name is Tom. I don't go up to the Tom or whoever the pilot's name is. I don't go and tell them my life story. And they only tell you a bit about their life story. I'm not going to, my life isn't, you know what I mean? I'm not going to get more excited because of the pilot's name. The pilot just comes up, hi, my name is Tom. I'm your pilot. We're going to get there in 1,300 hours or whatever. I'm like, yeah, okay, great. Go back. And then he goes back. That's the last we hear of him. Unless, of course, there's a crash or something. I don't go up to the pilot and I don't go, hi, my name's Paul, by the way. I'm a passenger. I'm a 37-year-old man. I'm not married because, I don't want to be married, or I haven't found the right person, the right woman yet. I've got a real huge crush on Scarlett Johansson, but like not like stalkery crush, but like, it'd be nice if I ever got to Hollywood, I'd go out with her. I've got a brother and a sister. They're not here because they're more exciting than me. I'm here with my mom and dad. I work part-time, volunteer. I sell The Big Issue in Brisbane. If you ever like have a day off, do you want to come and like maybe buy one of my magazines or something? Could you maybe put me up into first class because I'm a schmuck? Or I don't say that because of society, right? So, when you go on the plane, I'm not really interested in the pilot's details. As I said, if we fall into a mountain, we crash into a mountain, that'll be it for us, touch wood, that never happens. Another thing I've noticed is to show the days of our lives. Is it me, or is that show the biggest load of most depressing show ever? Days of Our Lives. Is this what happens every day in people's lives? They have affairs, they break up, and the next episode is the same thing. They have another affair, then they break up. It goes on and on. Like in real life, if someone had an affair, they wouldn't continue it the next day. They'd be killed or something. Just an observation. My parents are funny, I said to them I said to them the other day, I said, one day I wish I was a parent. I could be a parent. They said, so do we. So I don't know. But people have asked me, most people my age are married, of course, and I'm not married because, I don't know. I'm too good looking. Trying to wink. I look kind of weird doing that. But people have asked me, what sort of guy am I? Some people are orgy guys, or some people are, three-way guys, or whatever. What sort of guy am I? Well, I got to be honest. I'm a one-night stand guy. Before you get all worried that I'm getting too rude or whatever, just hear the end of the joke. Okay, I'm a one-night stand guy. The other night, I heard my neighbors have sex, and I had a one-night stand. I didn't have sex with them, but I stood up all night long. Well, that's what I do when I have one-night stands. I stand up all night long. I don't have sex with anybody. So have you noticed also that teenagers are pretty much all sheep? Teenagers are sheep. If ever there was like the James Dean era, it's the teenage years, right? You're a rebel when you're a teenager. You try everything. I don't know if you try drugs, you try this, you try that. And then, it's weird because when you're a kid, life is funny. When you're a kid, you're an innocent little kid. You're a baby. You don't know anything that's going on. You're just like, yeah, as long as mama lets me sucking our teats or whatever. I mean, as a baby, that's fine. But then when you get the teenage years, you're like, oh, F you, mom, F you, dad, I'm not doing that. And you experiment like hell. Other the experiment years, I was so weird. In high school, I used to do, what's it called? It's like Shopee. It's like woodwork and stuff. Okay. And they have this like metal shit. And I actually put it in my ear. I was trying to be cool. And it was the right ear. It wasn't the gay ear. I'm straight, by the way. So it doesn't matter about that. But it was, the ear that apparently there's an earring. I don't know if it's the right or left ear that gays wear or something. I put it on the ear that straights wear, but it's kind of like it made me look like a girl, and I got bullied about it. So that's how I rebelled. I mean, James Dean, he kind of went to the extreme. He kind of, went on a big fast car race, and then he died. But teenage years of the rebel, the James Dean years, he was 24, but whatever. Now, I must say, relationships are almost foreign to me. People are like, "You're a good-looking guy. Why are you single?" Well, I tell you, I was seeing a girl once. She was really sexy. She kind of looked like Rosie O'Donnell. She was like fatter than she is now. I'm kidding, but I was seeing this girl once. We just couldn't agree on anything. I tell the girl that to this girl, look, honey, I don't think we can. She said to me, actually, she said, I don't think we can see each other anymore. So a pair of glasses. And she's like, no, we still can't see each other. So that was that. So, I have a few jokes which are probably a little bit more M-rated or whatever. But I've written down a few things here. But I feel people are funny, right? People are it's really weird today. Like, there are so many people you see, and you kind of like, oh man. I must admit, when you finish school, it's like you've just been released from prison, right? School is like the Alcatraz of prison. You're there. It's like, hey, I can't go back to school anymore. I'm not going back to school because I'm out of there. I'm not coming back. You're in school. School is like a prison, and school is the kind of place where you're kind of forced every day to be with these people. It's kind of like being on a train. When you're on a train, you have to adapt to the people around you, no matter who they are. You know what I mean? Like it could be some Muslims on the train. I'm not racist, of course. It could be some jihadis, or they're probably not. They're probably blowing up people over in Iran or whatever. Whoever these people are, they've got to be your friend. You've got to tolerate these people for the moment you're on the train. And whoever they are, you've got to be their friend, right? You can't look at them funny or they'll beat you up. You can't. You've just got to do your thing and just keep going. So I remember one time when I was like, I'm not very good at, I don't drive a car. I don't really have any real funny reason why I don't drive. I'm too intelligent to drive a car. Let's just say that. But no, it's true. I remember one time when I want to have a joke about Hugh Hefner. All right, we're all adults here, hopefully, and we could all take a joke. Hugh Hefner is a joke in itself. Do you think this guy, do you think this 91-year-old guy do what he did? He's dead now, of course. But when he was alive, do you think he just went up and stripped those girls? Hugh Hefner was 90 years old. Okay. Do you know how hard it is to get erect when you're 90 years old? I have no idea. I assume it's pretty hard. We'd have to take the Viagra. You'd have to kick it in for a while, and you'd go in and out. He wouldn't just go up and get them. I've written some things in this piece of paper here, and if you can see this, it's probably back to front. You probably can't read all those words. Actually, it is back to front to back, whatever. If the other side is a more accurate way to look at it. Yeah. Oh, no wonder it was back to front anyway. Of things that I noticed, and I've decided to write down the things that I've noticed, and hopefully I'm funny. I mean, my friends probably don't get me either. I mean, a lot of these jokes I've done before, and you know, It's really weird when you go into the stand-up comedy club because it's literally like a smorgasbord of people that you see there. And some people are friendly, some are not, but it's like you kind of go there and you secretly hate the other comedians there. I remember going to the stand-up club and I was there and the other comedians were there and I was like, oh man, I thought to myself, wow, I hope one of them trips. I hope one of them trips over and like breaks their leg, and like they all have the whole trip over, and I get to be the number one tonight. But it's really weird because like again, the reason that I stopped doing stand-up comedy in like clubs or whatever is that people will always do the same jokes over and over again. And as I said, and it gets to a point where you just go, yeah, okay, I know what I'm in for. I've heard this before. And it's like, well, can't you kind of change it or something? But anyway, I'd like to talk to you about having a dream, okay? Because I have a dream, okay? Martin Luther King had a dream. I have a dream. He had a dream, and so do I, okay? Now his dream is for world peace. Mine's to get a date with Scarlett Johansson. Now, in this dog eat dog world, which is a more likely scenario? World peace or Scarlett Johansson and I dating? Well, all you narcissists are going to say, I'm sorry for calling you narcissists, but all you people are going to say world peace. And maybe, I'd probably world peace, maybe, I don't know. But this is my fantasy, so I'm going to say Scarlett Johansson, that actress from all those movies. Of course, in reality, if Scarlett Johansson saw me, she'd probably throw up or something because I'm so good looking. I don't know. But that's my fantasy, to have a date with Scarlett Johansson. I've written down a few things here. So again, this is stand-up comedy, and it's kind of just me talking, but it's me trying to be funny. I don't care if you don't think I'm funny because I think I'm hilarious, and I haven't had my daily dose of caffeine yet, so I'm not completely jacked up on Mountain Dew. Let me tell you about a bit about my ex-girlfriend. She was really kind of quite a gal. She looked like someone from Beverly Hills. You thought I was gonna say 90210. Do you really think a girl like that would go with a guy like me? I was gonna say a girl like me. One of my fucking trans. I'm gonna shut up now. I'm straight. Okay, so I've written down a few things. Have you noticed? And I actually wrote these. Oh, I'm gonna write it. Oh man, when you get these things, I got it in red. I actually wrote it on the train the other day because I wanted to, and I had no real choice of the matter, and I had nothing else to do, and would stop me from going insane. So this is what I've written down, and I'm probably going to offend a few people, but this is what stand-up comedy is. I'd like to tell you people about stand-up comedians. I mean, people look. I don't care what people think of me because I've done stand-up comedy. I was in the Brisbane final last year. Admittedly, I didn't win, but I went in the raw comedy competition last year. Of course, I wasn't raw. I don't know what they call it, raw comedy, because I wasn't in the nude. It was really weird when I went there. That was in February in 2017, so that was like 18 months ago. And it's really weird when you go there because we were treated like you would, like you're treated like you're the Academy Award or something. You have your own table, and people have to respect you. People have to respect you. You're like kind of like Tom Cruise, or not Tom Cruise because he's a jerk, but like someone famous coming in, and you have your own table and you sit there, you have dinner and you have beer, drinks or whatever, and then you go to a special room and they tell you who's on next, and then you don't get home till 11 o'clock at night, but that's all right. But it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. It was one of those days where I had church beforehand. Yes, I go to church, so and I went out and I had like the competition started at 6:30. I was out of church by 1 p.m. So I had like 5 hours to kill. So I didn't really have much to do. I mean, I didn't have much to do after church, so I went and saw a movie, and I couldn't. There wasn't any good movies on, so I watched 50 Shades Darker, I think it was. Yeah. Now, was that a degrading women movie for women, or not? I mean, I kind of watched it, and I'm like, really? That's what Hollywood has come to, putting dildos up people's asses. Um, I found it kind of weird, I didn't really like it, but I watched it because I had nothing else to do. And then, like, the movie, then I had like another 4 hours to kill. So I just went around hoping I wouldn't get caught. No, I didn't kill anyone. Why do they say you get time to kill? The only people that have time to kill are, like murderers and people that do that. But I did okay in the stand up. I obviously didn't do as good as I liked, but it was fun. I met a few new people there, and it was cool. I kind of miss the other comedians to some degree, but some of them I kind of don't. It's sort of weird when you sort of, when you're a comic, I feel like you have your own identity. You're kind of like, it's sort of like your church group, maybe not church, but maybe like your family. You're a member of the your immediate family, but you kind of have your own identity. And when I go to the comedy, the comedy clubs, I usually have my own identity. And even though we're all comics, we're all very different people. Um, and everyone's different, and everyone's kind of quirky and unique or something. So I'm led to believe. So I've written down a few things here that are probably going to, these are a few jokes, things that I've noticed. So have you noticed, that generally speaking, I've said some of these jokes before or whatever, but I don't care. So generally speaking, like women's purses are like sexier than men's wallets, right? Except if it's a gay man, because gays like to look all fashionable or whatever. I'm not being homophobic because I'm saying that this is what gays do, and although I'm straight myself, so I have a really shitty wallet. In fact, this is my wallet here. Okay, it's not even in the right way. This is my wallet. Okay, this is my wallet. It's called Jim Beam. See, women generally are a lot more concerned about their appearance than most men, especially in the wallet. Women, everything they do is subtle. Everything a woman does is subtle. They have their wallet, they have their purse. I was with this woman once, right? And she was doing the thing where she had one of these little mirrors, and we were on a date, right? And we were talking, and she was like, just hold on a minute. And she's going, putting that lipstick on her, and it was lovely, then she got it on her teeth. And I didn't have the heart to tell her that, she had it on her teeth because she was trying so hard to impress me. And she didn't notice. And then I started laughing, and I said, excuse me, you got a bit on your teeth. She's like, oh, really? How long's it been there for? I'm like, maybe 5-10 minutes. She's like, oh, damn. Just give me a second. She went to the toilet. She cleaned herself up, and that was that. Women's purses are like their property. You can always tell. I mean, every woman I've seen, I've noticed women walk past me, okay, and they have their purse with them. They carry their bag everywhere. A lot of the time, the bag is just there just for fashion, And half the time, the bag's open. Isn't the whole idea of having a bag so it's closed? And they take out their purse. Man, their purse looks like they got it from like Versace or somewhere. I don't know. I just think that women are generally a lot more care a lot about things about men. And never ask a guy if he's a nice guy. What guy is going to admit otherwise? Oh, you're a nice guy. You got me. I'm a real nasty person. I'm really nasty. But you seem so nice right now. Yeah, I'm nice, but if you cheat on me, I probably will not be very happy with you. So let me tell you. Now, when people are complimented on their clothes, okay, they act like it's about them personally. If you're an ugly person, you got on clothes, and someone says to me, like, yeah, you've seen these girls, these teenage girls, they get a dress on. Yeah, admittedly, most of them are pretty. I mean, they're too young for me because I could be their dad. I'm not. Just an observation. Just an observation. but they wear these dresses, right? And there's something about being a teenager that it's something about the human psyche that being complimented on our clothes really gives us an ego boost, right? So, I'm talking to this, I see this girl, right? And she was wearing this dress, this pineapple dress. She's like, she's walking around like that. And someone said, well, hey, your dress looks good. Why, thank you. Thank you. I really thank you. I got it yesterday at Kmart or Kohl's or somewhere. It's really nice. Thank you. And they have this little walk. I don't know what the protocol is to be a female model. I think all you need is a face, some makeup, and a semi-pretty dress. You know what I mean? Because none of those models look like that in real life. If you caught Miranda Kerr getting out of the shower in the morning, she'd look like shit. Actually, no, she'd probably look all right. But all you do, and they have this goofy look, like we're modeling. Now, I'm really, I admit I enjoy Pretty Woman. Richard Gere and Julia Roberts were pretty cool in that. I like looking at pretty women as well. These models and that. What they don't friggin' realize is they're not always going to look like that. Do you think a woman who's like 25 now is going to look sexy when she's 40? They have these ads and they're like, no, we're going to look like this. Miranda Kerr is going to look like shit in 20 years' time when she's like in the late 50s. And all these ads, don't buy. This world is such bullshit. Okay, I'm going on. I'm acting like a really angry preacher or something. This world is bullshit. Okay, as far as how the world's being deceived by all this bullshit. Have you seen these ads? The thing about ads is we're wired to believe that this is actually true. Okay, that ads and all these different things are true. Because if you see Nicole Kidman on an ad, all right, you see Nicole Kidman or Jennifer Aniston or Kristen Bell or whatever, you see them on an ad and they're talking about having really smooth skin or Neutrogena or whatever the hell it is. They always say, oh, any woman can look this pretty. You got to put this on. Look, I hate to break this to you girls. And I'm sorry if a 90-year-old woman is not going to look sexy. Okay, no matter how much makeup she puts on, even a 60-year-old woman, no matter how much they put on, they're still old. You know what I mean? It work for everyone. And what's this bullshit people talk about? Oh, I've got Kim Kardashian's got her own perfume line. Isn't it just basically perfume? You're not going to become. I actually, Britney Spears has her own line, and I was talking to this girl once, and she put on deodorant. She smelled like shit. Afterwards, I said, "Oh, honey," I said, "I'm sorry, but what perfume are you wearing? Because you smell like shit." She's like, Britney Spears. I'm like, well, that explains it. I didn't really say that, but I would have had the scenario come up. But if people saying like you got like Kim Kardashian, hairspray or whatever. What does that mean? It's just got her name on it. It's the same as any other hairspray. What about those people that want to look like celebrities? You want to look like Justin Bieber? He's not going to look the same. Justin Bieber is just a punk ass kid singing. Okay, Justin Bieber is not a hero. I can sing too. Admittedly, he's a better singer than me, but he hasn't got talent. That's what he does. I don't sing like that, but I confuse him and Miley Cyrus all the time, Then I confuse Miley and Ellen, so I'm screwed. Another thing is I'm kind of a bit of a cynic because I'm not married. Kiss my ass, so what? I really find it really hard to share enthusiasm when people are married. It's great for those people. They're always, hey, yes, we love each other. We're gonna be together forever. Yeah, I'm really happy for you too, sons of bitches. I'm really happy too. You probably get sick tonight. I'll be sitting home by myself. Yeah, I'm really happy for you people. I'm happy. I'm really happy. You two are married. I'm happy that you're happy. And I feel like shit, you're going to be home. And everyone's got better stories to tell when they've got kids, right? I don't have kids, and I've got a lot of friends, and they've all got kids. The crazy thing is that I can have kids if I really wanted to. I just decided that enough of me in the world. Everyone has really cool stories when you have kids, Other people's Facebooks are like, crowded with people. Oh, my son did this at school today. My daughter did this. I'm so proud of my little girl. I'm so proud of my little boy. And my Facebook's like, Yeah, I went and saw a movie by myself. I would have invited my friends, but they've all got lives. They've all got their family and stuff like that. They've all got kids. I'm just by myself. I saw a new Tom Cruise movie. I hate the guy, but I really needed to do that. Now, I have parents. We all have parents, even those kids who don't know who their parents are. You've got parents somewhere. My parents are lovely people. I mean, I've got to say that, you know. My mom especially is hilarious. I love my mom. Of course, she had me, 10 hours in labor to have me. That's what she said, 10 hours. It's a long time. It's a long time. And, you know, this is what happens, 10 hours. That's a long time. So my mom will tell me I should be friends with a certain person because we were friends when we were kids. I should be friends with, for example, Timmy Johnson. Okay, now mom's logic is we were kids. We were friends when we were kids. I'm like, Mom, I was 3. She's like, you should get in contact with this person again. You should rekindle the friendship. And I said, like, Mom, I ran into him at the shopping center the other day at Walmart, and he told me that I should die. But anyway, I should probably be friends with him, right? Mom's like, yeah, give him a second chance. No, I think not. But when you're a 3-year-old kid, everyone's your hero, right? When you're a kid, everyone's your hero when you're a little kid. I mean, you could be Charles Manson's son, all right? Charles Manson's son. And the only thing that interests you is the fact that he's your daddy. He may have killed, he may have orchestrated, I should say. He didn't actually kill anyone. It's a crazy thing. He may have killed a few people, but he's still my daddy. He's still my daddy. I don't care what you say. He's still my daddy, and I love my daddy, no matter what. So I sound like a little kid. So I've written down a few other things here because yeah, my parents have been married for 41 years. That's a long time, right? And I'm so sick of my dad and mom telling me, especially my dad, I got the best girl ever. Okay, my dad's like, your mom is like the best woman ever. I'm like, really, ever? Like I'd put like maybe Scarlett Johansson is the best woman ever, right? Or Jennifer Love Hewitt, or even Jennifer Lawrence. She's legal now. But no, my mom's the best mom, best person ever, the best woman ever. Everyone, which brings me to another thing, like on Mother's Day, on Father's Day, on Doris Day, uh, that with a little play on words, they have this thing that, to the best dad ever. Are they all that good? The best means the best, right? There's got to be somewhere. There's got to be like a little coffee cup or something, or a little cup that says to the shittiest dad ever. To the shittiest dad ever. You were never there for me. You've never cared about me. You don't care about your family. You're a piece of shit. There's got to be something, because I mean, my dad's great. Okay, don't get me wrong, but there's got to be something there for the world's worst dad, because we can't all be the best. But anyway, my parents have been married for 41 years. Apparently, it's a good marriage. I said to my dad, what's the secret to a happy marriage? He said, to marry your best friend. I thought about, well, that makes sense. You got to be compatible or whatever. And then I thought, hang on, I'm my own best friend, so I'm getting married to myself. What the fuck? So, I'm screwed. Um, yeah. So the best things in life are free. They tell me. All right. So what does that mean? The best things in life are free. Everything costs something. Marriage is supposed to be the best thing in life. That costs a lot. You got to get, to have kids, it costs a lot. Even the day you have a kid, that costs a lot to drive from, your house to the thing. The best things in life are free. Is water the best thing in life? Is, the 50 cents I found when I was walking, is that the best thing in life? I have no idea. But according to the saying, it is. Now, life begins at 40, they tell me. Okay. This is weird because I'm 37 years old. All right. So I'm actually 2 years. I'll be 38 later this year. Life begins at 40. So I'm not even here yet by statistics. If you get that, you're cool. If you don't, then you don't. Uh, Now, there's an old saying, the older you get, the wiser you get. Now that's bullshit. All right, because if that was the case, now in real life, when you're a baby, your brain develops, and and all that. And then when you get to the teenage years, your brain turns rebellious or whatever. Then your 20s and 30s, you have kids, or maybe you do, maybe you don't. Then as you get older, your brain slows down. If the saying, the older you get, the wiser you get was true, that you'd have dementia as a youngster, and then when you hit like your older age, you'd be really intelligent, and you'd see all these like 90-year-olds driving cars and shit like that, right? It just doesn't happen. um so I've got a few other things here. Also, have you noticed that like musicians have really sexy names, right? Like if Beyonce's name was Gertrude, you wouldn't give a shit about her, right? You've got to have a sexy name to be a musician or a singer or whatever. If Beyonce's name was Gertrude Jones, let's face it, you wouldn't give a shit about her, right? Her name's got to be Beyonce. It's got to go up in lines like Judy Garland, or something. Taylor Swift, if her name was Esme, you wouldn't give a crap about her, right? You imagine if that was like Beyonce was the same person, if Beyonce was the same singer or whatever, and her name was Gertrude. Oh, mom, I'm going to a Gertrude concert tonight. Uh, is anyone else going to be there? Uh, I, maybe I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. But Gertrude. But you say you're going to a Beyonce concert. Like I've never been to Beyonce because I think she's an asshole. But to a Beyonce concert, I shouldn't talk like that, but I am. You're on a Beyonce concert. It's like, whoa, Beyonce! There'll be a million people there. Awesome, awesome. And I heard that Adele, this great British singer, burped in a celebrity, like not celebrity, but burped in like a fan's face. That's a real treat there, isn't it? You know what I mean? You go and see Adele. Oh yeah, I just had some fish salmon or something. Uh, Now, if you think people are flawless, keep looking. I'd like to say something that may be considered controversial. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know. But I'm a comedian and I notice things. And we live in a world where now I just like to say for the record, I'm a straight man. I don't like men at all because I don't like myself. But seriously, we live in a world, let's face it, where people that are homosexual are, ostracized by people. I know a few people that are that way. No one on my friends list, but I know people. I know people that are gay. I know people that are bi, whatever. Just in my life. But what if we lived in a world? Okay, just picture this scenario. Generally speaking, if in this world, if men come out as gay, and I'm not coming out because I've got nothing to come out to, but if men do come out as gay, they tell their parents, and the parents are like, oh, they're very sad, they're very disappointed. They wanted them to be straight, they wanted to get married to a woman, have kids, or whatever. Which is what happens. I assume I'm not a kid, and I'm also straight, so I don't really know. But I know that the gays are considered to be a little bit odd or whatever. And but what if we lived in a world where it was actually considered really unusual to be with women, for like a man and a woman to be together? What if we lived in that sort of world, which is the world that I enjoy living in for me? Um, you imagine how that conversation would go. A straight guy, a guy goes to his mom, and parents like, Mom, Dad, I really know you wanted me to end up with Tommy, but I really just like this girl called Renee. She's really pretty. I know she's not a man, but she's really pretty. I can have kids with her. She's got nice breasts. I really want this woman to go out with her. Son, I really wanted you to go with Tommy because he's masculine and he's nice. He's got a solid job. You put shame to the family by going with this girl. That will never happen, but in an alternative world, it probably could. I mean, it will happen that men and women get together, but it's more accepted in this world that, of course, that men and women are together. Which, I find I love women. There's something about women. I mean, when you're around women, you find them they're very nice people, and they're so I don't know. they like to talk about things. I was dating a girl for a while, and she told me everything. And they always pat you on the shoulder. See, if a man patted me on the shoulder, I'd think he was, I don't know, I wouldn't like it. And I won't go on about this more because I don't want to get sued. But I don't know, women are nicer than men to me, except for those like Rosie O'Donnell ones or whatever. I got in trouble once because I said Rosie O'Donnell used to be a nice little boy, but whatever. Uh, now, let me see. Now celebrities are supposed to be rich, right? Like that's the impression that we have of celebrities. Celebrities are rich, okay? Then how come they don't wear a damn bra? You know what I mean? Like Kim Kardashian's supposed to be rich as hell. She ain't got a bra. I've never seen her with a bra on. Like, what does this girl do? Does she walk around? I can't afford a bra, but I can afford everything from Dolce and Gabbana. You know. There's this old song you remember from the 1980s. There's no other store like David Jones. I must be tripping pretty damn hard because I've seen like a lot of stores besides David Jones. Now I've seen a lot of people that work at David Jones, and they all kind of look like Barbie dolls, right? Let's face it. You'll never see an ugly girl working at David Jones. As I said before, if you think people are flawless, keep looking. And these girls, you get really sympathetic looks. I get sympathetic looks from people. I when I do my when I sell the big issue, I get the most sympathetic looks. Like I go out with him, but he's standing there. He looks kind of pathetic. He's selling the big issue. I mean, who does that? And it's really funny because like all these like rich people go past me, and they're like, no, no, no. And it's funny that the extent people will go to not buy a magazine from me. It's funny. I said to this one girl, I said to this other, there was this one girl was walking past, and I said, look, do you want to? She's like, no, 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 no. One of them just ignored me. And there's this, you go into Brisbane, all right? Yes, I am from Brisbane, and I'm talking American. So you go into Brisbane on a Tuesday, it's always the same people going past. And it's hilarious, the shit that happens, right? There was someone there. There was this girl, right? And she kind of looks like one of those people that are like probably escaped from the mental institution. Yeah, she looks homeless, all right. She's got these kind of pants on that look like, like a fat girl would wear or whatever. And I could tell she had mental health issues. She comes up to me one day and she's like, "Hey, how you doing?" She said, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm good, thanks. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, I'm trying to sell the big issue of this magazine." She goes, "Take a guess what I do." I said, I don't know. You homeless or something? Or I'm a scientist. I'm like, really? You're a scientist? I didn't say that to her because, but she was like someone, she looked like she was whacked out on nothing. She goes, yeah, I'm going to save the world. I'm a scientist. I'm like, really? Uh, if you say so, Um, I used to get really kind of, I used to get really excited. When you're like, you like someone or something, you get a kiss on the cheek or something. And then you tell your friends, and they're like, dude, she's like that with everyone. I'm like, what, slutty? No, she kisses everyone. I have these friends that are, no, like kind of my friends, but they will tell me, don't get too excited over one person. I said, look, I can't get excited over myself. I've got to get excited over something. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's about my stand up for today. Hopefully, people enjoyed it. And if you didn't, then that's cool too. It was pretty much improvised on the spot, and I kind of sound like Rain Man here. I need to eat because, that's it. All right. Hope everyone has a good day. And if you don't, have a good night or have a bad day, whatever. Cheers.